So I'm back again with Scott, and he's going to be showing us the TicketSignup app.
Yeah. So starting off, as soon as you go into the event, you get a list of events. So here you'll see I have a list of my events because I've already searched and found my events, but they're password protected. So, you have to have the admin password to get in. So the basic functionality, your event, and you have people coming to your event, whether it could be, a haunt or a beer festival or any kind of event you want to have ticketing for. And, Andrew comes up and you type in your name, search for it, and it'd be like, oh, I have 2 tickets for Andrew, and you can select them and check them in. You also can do is view details about it. If you wanted to see all the information, you literally can see if they're checked in, their ticket number, name, email, date of birth, etc. We also allow custom questions. Everything that's in the dashboard, you can get all of that data, and it is controlled by configurations. So the event director sets that up themselves, right? Like, I want to see only the name and the email. I don't care about their address, and a volunteer at the check-in window might not, they don't need the person's address and all the information. So we make it up to the user of how they want to set up their event to use our application. So it's very user-friendly that way. And some new features we introduced is Season Pass, which allows you to have multi-use tickets. So I'm going to switch events here and show you. We have a date range, so you can select a date range of, a couple days, 1 day, or a couple of months, however you want to select your date range. So like if I was searching for you and we only had it set for like July 31st weekend for say, but you actually bought a ticket for the following weekend, it'll tell you like, yes, I found Andrew, but it's outside of the date range. And then the person can have the option to technically check them in depending upon the settings. So like we let them know like, hey, we found that person, but it's outside the window. And if they're in the window, it obviously just lets you check them in like normal. And then you can also filter it by ticket level. If you wanted like specific, only unlimited tickets, only 3 check-ins, we have tickets that are only allowed to be checked in 3 times, stuff like that. So that's an added feature we just recently put into the app. And now the newest feature is being able to do it by time slot. So places like escape rooms, for instance, that have time slots, like between 9 and 9:30, we can sell this many tickets. And between, 10 and 10:30, X amount of tickets. So then you can do it by time. So it'll literally tell you, in a 4-hour, this pass is available for 4 hours, and you've used 0 and you have 1 left, or you used 1 and you have 10 left, or however the ticket is set up. So you can have up to, 3 uses or 5 uses, whatever it is, per the window. You also can set them up like you're allowed to check in once every 10 minutes. However the director of the event wants to set it up, we allow them to do that. And so we're adopting all new features to accommodate any type of event, a holiday event, anything, whether it's done by unlimited use. So it'll actually keep track of your check-in window, and they only can check in one time. Like say it's a museum, you're a member and you only can go once a day. So it would be like a 24-hour window and 1 a day, but unlimited. So they can use it an unlimited time, but once a day. So it would track that, right? And then some of the other stuff, all the information too is shown like in the ticket list, gives you like, how many tickets it is, the person's name, the ID. And then once you go into the ticket, it gives you a list of the tickets linked to that person. And then it shows you the ticket windows. If it's a regular ticket, it just gives you it's parking or walking or VIP or whatever. Then when you get into Season Pass, it gives you the number of how many uses you can. Like this ticket's allowed 3 uses or unlimited uses. And then with the time edition, time slots, it gives you how many times you can use a ticket per that, amount of time, 2 days, 1 day, month, whatever you want to set it. So some additional things with checking in, you can use our quick check-in option where camera, it brings up a barcode scanner, and so people come with their email or their Apple Wallet with the QR code, and then you can just have the volunteers scan, boom, boom, one after another. And I've worked an event, and I think it was like less than 3 seconds. You can like go between one after another, and I was amazed. Like it was a haunt event in Oregon. It was raining and dark, and you can still in under 5 seconds go one after another. So it was really nice to like see it live in action. And the barcode scanning works really well. We've also given the option, if there for some reason the back camera had an issue or something's wrong, you can switch it and use your front camera. So we give the option of either or if you wanted to use that. Another thing to talk about is the printing. when you have to check in a ticket and you wanted to print some bit of information, maybe a QR code or the people's name, t-shirt size, stuff like that, you can check the person in and then print that relevant data on a little ticket as well to give to them if they need to give it to someone else. Like say they had a VIP. So everyone that gets a VIP gets a little printed out pass, if you will, and can give them that to go to, the next vendor or whatever like that. And then we also have added, you can check your event stats as well, like, per the ticket level, how many people checked in for that win, all tickets, what your percentage is, and then per ticket group, for instance, like the multi-use group, your unlimited, so on and so forth. And we also added, you can filter that down by just all tickets, just by parking, just by walking. So you only see the relevant data that you want to see. We've done a purchase screen. So you can also do and set up purchases. And it's linked to Square. So then you have your ticket purchases, so like parking or VIP or upgrades, for instance. And you also have a store tab, which allows you to sell like a hat, a t-shirt. So you have two different ways. You could sell like upgrades to a ticket, but you also could have a store per se. So if you're selling swag, stuff like that, and you can do it direct. You can have a volunteer with a phone or an iPad sitting at a table selling stuff and do it directly in the application and process it Square. It's linked. You can do it, right? You can do it manually with a credit card entry and take the person's credit card and enter it manually. But the way we have it is you authorize Square. You do it in the back end of the dashboard and say, I want to authorize Square. Then on the app side, you just log into your Square account and sync the readers up, and then you can just take credit cards all day long. I've worked a few events and actually helped them set up and then do it when this first came out, as we were adopting it in, and it's come a long way and it does very good. The first two events I did, it came out very well. So.
And there's even a cash option too, right? If they
yes,
hand you cash.
Yep. You can do cash as well. Yeah. I always forget about cash with the credit card world. And then also waivers. So like if someone needs to sign a waiver because they have a policy, if you get hurt at our event, whatever they want to make their waiver. So it gives you the option, first name, last name, email, a signature box, and then I agree to the waiver with a checkbox. And then there's a link so you can actually see, this event follows standard industry policies and blah, blah, blah. This is just a basic, drawn up waiver for my event. And then that allows you to sign there. In this case, there's 3 waivers. And so it'll save your data. Like if I put in Scott O'Hara and my email and sign, it'll just make me sign 2 more times. You don't have to re-enter the data and stuff like we pre-populate it through.